I'm Dilbar Shatterson, and welcome back to this installment of Tzu Chi USA's 30th Anniversary Special Edition, Good Deeds Blossom. Human suffering comes in many forms, including the kind that's unseen, hidden deep within the pockets of our society. They include challenges some of us struggle through silently, stigmas some of us fear for shame or ignorance, and pains many of us leave unspoken. Invisible stressors like these particularly affect caregivers. They work hard to meet the day-to-day needs of a loved one who struggles with old age, illness, or disability. For many people, like parents, it's a full-time job, involving anywhere from light to heavy physical work, and even greater pressure on one's mental and emotional bandwidth, leaving little room for the ordinary caregiver to tend to their own needs. Though caregiving for a family member has its obvious rewards, the greatest being the fulfillment of having made life a little bit more pleasant and more comfortable for someone important to us, stress and burnout are not to be overlooked. Constant worry, feeling overwhelmed or alone, feeling easily irritated or angry are just a few emotional ways in which symptoms can manifest. Physically, caregivers can experience poor sleep, lack of energy, or even fall into substance abuse, to name a few. But there are discrete ways to make things a little bit better. In this episode, we'll bring you to Reston, Virginia, where Tzu Chi volunteer Annie Wang devised a clever and very thoughtful way to give caregiving parents relief and their precious ones a day of joy. Called Great Love Respite Care, the program allows parents to drop off their children one day every month at Tzu Chi's Greater Washington, D.C. regional office to be cared for by Tzu Chi volunteers and specialized professionals, including speech pathologists, art therapy teachers, applied behavior analysis teachers, and more. This helps parents recharge and be ready to go the extra mile, as you'll see in this video.
In January 10, 2018, I wrote this note to myself. My dream is to build a respite care for my son. A place for kids with special needs to enjoy life and learn skill. Universe, please help me find a path to bring this alive. In the morning when I woke up, I just have this voice, it's just like Dharma Master Chan's voice. And she say, the place is there, it's ready, and you should just use it. We gotta do something about, our children and give them something, that can help the parents. Not just helping the kid, helping the parents. Everything just come together one by one. So finally, in 2018, we have our open house. Kids are coming very soon. We have to be quick. And now every month, we have at least 10 kids. And our waiting list, we have, more than 15 kids waiting. And these three are my teacher. I got 2 ABA teachers. Hi guys. Michelle. I want to make sure that we coordinate well today. We got 8 kids. 3 of them are not fully verbal. Okay. So those 3 will go to Michael. And Michael's speech room is in the back, the small room. Okay. Okay. We got 10 different science projects we were gonna play today. 11. Oh, nice. Okay, so I'll let you guys go to your room and get started. I have a big backbone behind me, and it's a big group of people that are coming to help, and they are willing to stay to do it together.
I've been with this program since November. I've learned that every day is going to turn out completely differently.
Good job. Okay.
There we go.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. So what do you guys plan to do today?
I'm going to read the newspaper. I haven't read the newspaper in a month.
Oh, in a month. You have a lot to catch up.
I do. Yeah.
So today, Michael is coming, the speech teacher.
Yeah.
We're going to have the one-on-one session here.
Nice.
Maddie will be the first one.
The parents who are coming here, their children are exceptional and they require that much more care and time and effort. Sometimes they learn some things, but mostly they have fun. And it's important to have fun with other children.
It's really great for us to have just a little bit of space where he feels like he's doing fun things with other people, has more social opportunities as well.
We love our kids in a God-given gift. They get to see their friends again back together, they play or do some activities, which is awesome. It's like, nothing can be better than this.
We like this to be not so much like school.
So it's not like there's a certain agenda that has to be met. He gets the fun parts of the therapies and can relax and just enjoy the atmosphere.
It's respite for them. It's, relax, do what you want to do today. Today, do you want to just sit down and listen to music? Do you want to play with the balls and, get a little rough, throwing things as hard as you can? Whatever you want to do.
When they come pick up the kids, you saw a totally refreshed parent. Hi, how are you? Finally. And that really made me so happy.
It's just really great because it just gives us some time to, catch our breath, to, relax.
Sometimes I go home and I take a nap. Honestly, I do. I take a nap.
We need to have a break. And now when I drop Rishi, my son, here, then I have the day to myself to, plan and do all those catching up things.
So I know I'm not gonna fix our issue at home in the short term, but I also know that we are not gonna fix our issue for this whole life, but we could make it better. I think I always use my 24 hours, 48 hours, because I'm working full-time as well, So for me, my respite is when I'm driving. I will, really give myself a calm moment, and think about, look forward and, what's our next step. Maybe we could have our camp, every other week. Yeah, that would be really good.
Great Love Respite Camp, the break you deserve. That's her motto.
I think I'm a person with positive thinking. So every time when I got something, not happy, or I hit a rock, I learn try to look on the bright side. And once I did that, I always told my kids, Mommy is a happy magnet. Good deed attract good deed. So happy magnet will only attract happy magnet.
As we see good deeds growing in the greater DC area, especially in Tzu Chi's 25th anniversary there, it's important to remember how meaningful programs just like Great Love Respite Care really are. In fact, they provide a unique and supportive environment for children with a wide spectrum of special needs and for socializing with kids sailing in similar boats. But in equal importance, the captains of those ships, namely parents and caregivers, have the chance to meet each other and bond over shared experiences as they foster a kind of community. This is especially the case for two parents named Yali and Becky, who each bring their sons to the Great Love Respite Care on the third Sunday of every month. Though the program gets them a few precious hours of free time, going through the experience of raising special needs children and getting help from an outside program has inspired them to do more to help other moms and families just like them. In research published in the Journal of Family Issues, almost 1/5 of surveyed mothers provided at least 20 hours a week of home health care to their children. That's the equivalent of a part-time job, and it gets more complicated than that. More than half the women with jobs reported that it impacted their work hours, meaning they needed to request more time off, and those who stayed at home reported that they left the workforce altogether to tend to their child's needs. With the challenges stacked before them, programs like these are crucial to the livelihoods and economic success and participation of women, families, and entire communities as a whole. Just learn what it means to Yali and Becky, two women hoping to guide fellow moms and parents into smoother, calmer waters too.
I'm a Google. Until you raise a special needs children, you really don't know all that suffering, behind every little thing. My kid is mild CP. He didn't crawl until he was almost 2 years old. I crawled behind him for 800 hours so he can crawl.
Michael is 16 years old. He's my son. He's a very good boy, but he has been diagnosed with autism. Eliot is one of my friends. The first day when we met, after talk and we're hugging each other and we're crying together. So it's basically we had the same story.
You see a special needs family, you automatically have that love to each other. It's like if you ever went to army, if you ever went to war with someone, with a soldier, automatically it's different kind of bond. Okay, high five, good job, give me a kiss. Give me a kiss. Let's go to speech therapy. Let's go. Here's your snack. Let's go. So, motor skills, meaning walking, all those are difficult, but I think speech is for Koki is way more difficult. It takes much more hard work to get speech out.
Hi, Coco.
So we have this camp once a month. We take the kids for 5 hours and then the parents should take a break. Yeah.
Okay.
What do you want, Popko?
Yeah. You want to do speech first? And then Coco will be later. Okay. Yeah, because Coco just got in. He wants to play.
And we have professional speech therapy here and ABA here to watch the children and teach them. Then parents can actually go out, just get a Medicare, just have a lunch without worrying about children. That's how we started.
A lot of the children coming to the program are nonverbal, so we're looking at augmentative and alternative communication, or AAC, and working with either what they've already got going on or me bringing in something and trying to see if that will work for them. We do hook, hook. There you go, good job.
And also it's a very fun place, a lot of stimulation for him here.
And even the parents come and help, and they brought the kids in.
I feel for special needs parents. So I'm here, I want to talk to all those parents.
That's why we say, let's start something to help these parents who need help, but they don't have resources. So we can, at least share our experience and they don't have to go, learning from the hard way.
Luckily, we have very good facility here. So needs a lot of volunteers here. You need a little bit of money to keep place running.
Yali and I are thinking about to do some more fundraising to have more people to help, not just 2 of us or 3 of us. I had been probably the main caregiver for Michael, and my ex and me divorced about 4 years ago. So we have to do a lot of things for him. He destroyed things, and so we have to make sure he's safe. And so this is a lot of work, especially like he is banging on things. Actually, he makes a noise at night, so we couldn't sleep sometimes. So that is, the parents need a break. Especially moms, it's the one really suffering a lot.
So for a long time, he couldn't have any sound, like ba, ba, for a long time. Until 4 months ago, he started to have language, like I want to go, I want to hear. Then he can't be silenced anymore. It's everywhere.
I want to go.
You want to go? Where do you want to go? You want to go to say car. I want a car. Car, 汽车. I think from a certain degree, we're very lucky. We have a lot of resources here. I can take Koki, my work hours very flexible. We can take him to therapy, and he sleeps very well. He eats very well, so we can have some rest. Not every family is so lucky to have that.
Tzu Chi is so powerful, and the way they're helping the world, the way they're helping people, it is amazing. I know a lot of nonprofit organizations, but it's not, when they're not organizing well, it didn't really work. But I see Tzu Chi, they are really, when they heard something, they move and they take actions and really getting the help to the people needed.
I have this vision. I really want to help the community.
It's important to help others.
I think over time, we really want to make this place as a resource center for parents.
The respite program, the real respite program, the dream one, it should be the one the kids can sleep in the camp and there's volunteers or professionals. Never give up. Yeah, just keep positive because the day will pass no matter what, if it's negative or positive. So just keep a positive mind and things will get better.
While it springs specialized efforts like these, Tzu Chi's Greater Washington, D.C. regional office has been committed throughout the years to helping the community at large. It's served the neighboring state of Maryland too, where in the town of Silver Spring, Tzu Chi volunteers have been providing comprehensive charity programs through the Joanne Lelick Elementary School since 2005. Tzu Chi's efforts in this regard aim to relieve the symptoms of poverty, and it's important to understand that poverty itself has many faces. According to the Brookings Institution, U.S. suburbs, not cities, are home to more than 1/3 of the nation's poor, and 3 million more poor individuals live in suburbs than in cities. Silver Spring is nestled in one of these areas in Montgomery County. But did you also know Montgomery boasts the 12th largest median household income in the country? That's $97,000 a year per household. And though it has the appearance of being fairly affluent, researchers say that such inequities can seem an illusion and instead reflect a growth in a concept that's known as the suburbanization of poverty. It's the creeping entrance of more individuals and families slipping underneath the poverty line, lower rates of employment, and an increasing need for outside resources and help. That's where Tzu Chi's programs come in, one in which, every month, a team of volunteers distributes foods that include fresh fruits and vegetables, canned and dry goods, and other pantry staples to low-income families in Silver Spring, Maryland. Many of them, who you'll meet in this video, face a wide range of economic barriers, and you'll see how the modest token of groceries once a month does much more than to just feed a few stomachs.
Yo estoy agradecida con Dios que soy bendecida de esa manera, de recibir los obsequios de cada mes, porque ha sido de mucha ayuda para mí y para mi familia. Gracias a las personas de esta organización, que Dios me las bendiga, que Dios les siga añadiendo más salud, sobre todo vida y bendiciones. Bueno, también, ¿qué puedo decir? Dios utiliza personas como usted y ustedes como un ángel del cielo. Muchas gracias por su voluntad de dar su tiempo, su entrega, para venir a repartir esos alimentos. Muchas gracias, que Dios les bendiga y los guarde. Atentamente, Romelia Escobar.
In 2005, Tzu Chi began a charity program in Maryland that provided a variety of services at Joanne Lelick Elementary School, where many students come from low-income households. At each distribution, Tzu Chi volunteers provide over 1,200 pounds of fresh food.
We start provide the after-school tutor program and medical consultation program, fruit shop, as well as the food distribution.
Yo soy una mujer, tengo 4 hijos y la ayuda que recibo son cosas que nos sirve como mujer en la cocina. Me dieron espaguete, me dieron masecas, unos para los niños que les gusta y bien saludable, y arroz y salsas. Es una ayuda para cada uno de nosotros como familia.
We're actually located at the poorest school in the county, That's why Tzu Chi decided to come here to be able to help the families. They come at the end of the month, each Tuesday, to be able to provide the baskets for 26 of our families.
Somos 5 en total de nuestra familia. Nuestro recurso es bajo. Mi esposo es la única persona que trabaja y pues es de mucha ayuda para nosotros.
Con eso nos ayudan a muchas cosas, pues, porque ya no lo compramos y nos ahorramos un poquito de dinero.
A todos nos ayuda, a todas las familias que necesitamos. Sí, nos ayuda a toda la comida. Y si pueden seguir ayudando, pues estaría bien.
Though we're happy to give families a meaningful reason to smile, we know there's so much more to be done to truly help relieve all the suffering poverty creates. Food insecurity is one among them. In 2018, as many as 1 in 9 Americans were food insecure. That roughly equates to more than 37 million people in the United States, including 11 million children. How can we define food insecurity? Well, the United States Department of Agriculture outlines it as a lack of consistent access to enough food for an active, healthy life. Indeed, for many families who don't have access to affordable housing or have other barriers to covering rent each month, those who face health problems and high medical costs, or those who work low-wage jobs, eating nutritious, fresh, and filling meals and having the time to prepare them can be a big luxury. Yet, as it celebrates its 25th anniversary of service, Tzu Chi Greater Washington, D.C. region's volunteers will continue the work it is doing to make life a little easier for nearby families, whether it's showing love through food or some respite. Thank you so much for joining us for this episode of Good Deeds Blossom, Tzu Chi USA's 30th anniversary special edition. Be sure to tune in on Monday, where we'll take you across the country to the Golden State, California, where you'll see stories of families rising strongly above the ashes of the state's 2018 wildfires. I'm Dilbar Shatterson, and I'll see you soon.
Thank you.